Hey everybody, it's just me making another video today. This is just going to be a different type of video because lately I've been talking about the WWE wrestlers getting misused, and I've been talking about sports, and I've been talking about entertainment as of late, my couple videos. Well, today this is just going to be a simple video. Today this is going to be my top 10 WWE champions of all time, just giving you my list of some of my top 10 WWE champions of all time. Now, many people debate who's the greatest WWE champion of all time. Most people will tell you The Rock will be like number 3. Most people will tell you that Bruno Sammartino was one of the greatest on there. Some people even will go as far to say Diesel, even though he's one of the worst WWE champions of all time. But me, I'm just gonna give you my list of my top 10 WWE champions of all time. This is just from my opinion of my top 10 list, since most people have been talking about it, and most people have been saying who's the greatest WWE champion of all time. I mean, it's just been debated, and many people still talk about it to this day. So I'm just gonna give you my top 10 list of my best WWE champions of all time, and I'm just gonna go in brief details why they're on this list. So let's get started with this video. At number 10, I got Kurt Angle. I know most people are going to go, why would you put Kurt Angle on here? Because really, he didn't have any memorable title runs. Well, let's see. He was great in the ring. He had some awesome feuds over that belt. He was a great mat technician. He knew how to put on good matches. He did have like at least one good title reign, even though it was a 3-month title reign. To me, it was probably one of his best title reigns, and that was in 2003, and that was when he beat Brock Lesnar, I believe, in July. I think it was July of 2003. July of 2003, and I believe he had that belt for 2 to 3 months, if I'm not mistaken, and then he would go to lose the belt to Brock Lesnar. But still, he was a good champion. Even his first title run, he was still a good champion. I mean, he was playing like how Honky Tonk Man would retain his belt. He would be the chicken shit heel, and he would win at any cost, or have people interfere to make sure that he would win, or just cost that person that they were the person that they cost the belt, cost the title match with, that he was in a match with, that they were feuding with. He would beat them, and he was just one of the reasons why I have him on this list. Is he was just a very good WWE champion, and that's why I have him at number 10. Number 9, Chris Jericho. Although I believe he was only a 2-time WWE champion, maybe 3-time, but still his reign was pretty good. His 2001 reign was pretty good, although most people would say it was kind of a fluke, and really he didn't deserve the belt. But in my opinion, he deserved the belt around that time. And I believe his second title reign was pretty good, if he did have a second title reign. But still, he was a very good champion, and that's why I got him at number 9. Number 8, I got Bob Backlund. He wasn't the best wrestler in the world. He wasn't your typical big man who would do power moves or any type of moves you see most wrestlers do today, but still he was able to get the crowd off their feet. Some of the people in the crowd can relate to him because he was exactly like some of the crowd. Like, he was like the underdog in all of his title matches, and that was one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why I got him at number 8, as he was just an underdog every time he defended that belt. And he also drew a lot of crowds when it came to, before Hulk Hogan did. He also drew some crowds in the wrestling, when it came to wrestling, and he was just a very interesting character to watch. He had like 2 WWE title runs. I believe his first title run was somewhere in the 1970s, I believe, or somewhere in the late 70s, or maybe the early part of the 80s. I'm not sure. And then the second title reign came in 1994, where he beat Bret Hart at the Survivor Series, and 3 days after that, he would drop the belt to Diesel. But still, very good champion, a champion that most people can relate to. He had a good amateur background, as he was like an NCAA type of like kind of like Brock Lesnar or the other type of wrestlers who went into NCAA. So he was legit, and he was just a very good. He was just a wrestler you can watch and cheer for, and no matter how underqualified when he came to moves, and or no matter how not so good his matches were, he was still a very good wrestler, a good WWE champion. I mean, then moving over to number 7, I got the excellence of execution, Bret the Hitman Hart, very good WWE champion. I believe he was a 5, 6 time WWE champion. He had his first title reign. Well, his first title reign came. Well, his first WWE championship came when he beat the Nature Boy Ric Flair in Saskatoon in a, I believe it was a house show in Saskatoon. He beat the Nature Boy Ric Flair. He would go on to hold the belt for that whole part of '92 before losing it to Yokozuna, only to regain it back in '94, only to lose it to Bob Backlund towards the later part of '94, and then he would regain it again. But other than that, this man had some good title matches. He was a great mat technician. He had good matches with just about everybody. The crowd was into him. The crowd bought him. He was a very good wrestler. He had his 5 moves of doom. He could cut good promos, and he was just a very good WWE champion that most people can relate to. And that's one of the reasons why I got him at number 7, is he was just a very good WWE champion. And he was just so awesome to watch in the ring. Then moving over to number 6, I got Shawn Michaels. This is probably one of my favorite wrestlers. He had a lackluster title run when he beat Bret Hart for the title, as the pay-per-view buy rates when he was champion were kind of a little bit low because most people didn't buy him as champion because of his size. But still, he was able to carry the WWE when Kevin Nash and Scott Hall left as a WWE champion. He would go on to lose the belt at the Survivor Series 1996, only to regain it at the Royal Rumble 97, only to drop the belt or forfeit it in February because of an injury that most people didn't believe that he had an in knee, didn't believe that he really was injured. He would go on to regain the belt back in I believe the Montreal Screwjob. He would hold on to that belt until March of 1998, where he lost to Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 14. But still, he was a very good WWE champion, good high flyer. The crowd was into him. The man could cut promos, could put on good matches as a WWE champion, can make his opponents look good. And he just, as WWE champion, he just carried the WWE on his back when he was WWE champion. And that's one of the reasons why I got him at number 6. Number 5 is Bruno Sammartino. Very good wrestler, well liked backstage, although he had his problems with Vince McMahon during before he left the WWE. He had some good matches, some memorable feuds when he was the WWE champion. Probably one of the longest reigning WWE champions of all time. And to this day, nobody's been able to beat his record. Although I believe Diesel was the one that beat his record. But still, if I'm not mistaken, Diesel was. But if not, then somebody please let me know. But still, very good WWE champion. The crowd liked him. He kind of carried the WWE on his back when he was the WWE champion, and he was just a very good worker. And that's one of the reasons why I got him at number 5, is he was probably one of the best WWE champions, and he carried the company on his back and put on good matches, and he just knew how to work the crowd and get the crowd into his matches when he was the champion. Then moving over to number 4, I got The Rock. What can you say about this man? His first title reign came when he won the belt at Survivor Series 1998 in controversial fashion. Traded the belt with Mick Foley. He would lose the belt to Steve Austin at WrestleMania 15. He would go on to get the belt back, I believe, in April 2000, only to lose it in only to lose it in May of 2000, only to get it back in June 2000. And other than that, he might have had some short title reigns, but still very good WWE champion. He sold a lot of merchandise. The crowd loved him. He had his catchphrases. He had some memorable WWE championship matches. He had a memorable WWE championship run, and I'll see you in part 2